Hello, students. Hope all of you are fine. Welcome to your English class. Students, in this class, we are going to study unit number 8 from Oxford Reading Circle 8. The title of the unit is Marium's Letter, and this is page number 74 from your book. So, let's get started. On the grey sky of early dawn, stars still glowed. An old man was walking through the town, drawing his tattered cloak, tattered, old, and torn in poor condition, closer to shield his body from the cold, biting wind. Except for the occasional bark of a dog or the screech of a bird disturbed before its time, the whole town was wrapped in deathly silence. Most of its inhabitants were still asleep. The old man shivered, shaking with cold, but plodded on till he came out of the town gate onto a straight road. Plodded here walk slowly with heavy steps. On one side of the road was a row of trees, and on the other the town's public garden. A handsome new building stood at the end of the garden. Light gleamed through the crevice of its closed doors and windows. As soon as he saw the wooden arch of this building, arch, arch curved structure, the old man was filled with hope and joy. On the arch hung an old board with the newly painted letters "Post Office." The old man went in quietly and sat on the veranda. Two or three voices of people busy at their work could be faintly heard. "Police superintendent," a voice inside called sharply. The old man started at the sound, but composed himself quickly to wait. Name after name rang out from within as the clerk read out the addresses on the letters and flung them on the waiting postman. Flung, threw, or hurled forcefully. From long practice, he had acquired great speed in reading out the titles commissioner, superintendent, librarian, and in throwing the letters. In the midst of this procedure, a joking voice called, "Shikari Ali." The old man got up, raised his eyes towards heaven in gratitude, and stepped forward. "Akbar Bhai, you called out Ali's name, didn't you? Here I am. I have come for my letter." "Who's that?" asked the new postmaster. "Old Shikari Ali, sir. He waits here every day for letters that never come," the clerk told him. The old man went back slowly to the bench on which he had been accustomed to sit these 5 long years. Ali had been a clever shikari once. As his skill increased, so did his love for the hunt. Soon it became an obsession. Not a day passed without Ali setting out with his gun. People said that when Ali sighted the earth-brown partridge, a short-tailed game bird with mainly brown plumage found chiefly in Europe and Asia, which was almost invisible to other eyes. The poor bird was as good as in his bag. His sharp eyes spotted the hare crouching in the yellow-brown scrub, even if the dogs failed to see it, and in a moment it was dead. Ali loved to go fishing too. However, soon Ali's life took a new turn. His only child, Mariam, had grown up into a young woman, and before Ali realized it, she married a soldier and went off to live with him and his regiment in Punjab. For the last 5 years, Ali had received no news of his daughter. Ali became very lonely. The hunter's instinct was still there, but the thrill felt by a sportsman had disappeared. Nor could he laugh at the bewildered terror of the young partridge bereft of their parents. Bewildered, perplexed, or confused, bereft, lacking of something. He gave up hunting and spent all his time reflecting upon life and admiring the beauty of the lush green fields. He began to understand the meaning of love and separation. Ali had never received a letter in his life, but now he would rise at 4 o'clock every morning and walk to the post office. With a serenity born of hope and faith, he waited for a letter from Mariam. Serenity, the state of being calm. The post office, one of the most impersonal buildings in the world, became a place of pilgrimage for him. He always occupied a particular corner of the building, and when people got to know his habit, they laughed at him. The postman began to make a game of him. Even though there was no letter for him, they would call out his name just to see him jump up and come to the door. But with boundless faith and infinite patience, Ali came there every day and went away empty handed. As Ali waited, he would see the peons came to collect their letters, smart young men in spotless uniforms and creaking new shoes. With great interest, and eager enjoyment and interest, they would exchange news from their various offices. Every now and then, the door would be thrown open, and the postmaster, a man with a face as sad and inexpressive as a pumpkin, would be seen sitting on his chair inside. One day Ali was there as usual, but he did not move from his seat when the door was opened. Police commissioner, the clerk called out, and a young fellow stepped forward briskly for the letters. Superintendent, another peon came up to the clerk, and he, like a parrot, repeated the customary thousand names. At last they had all gone. Ali, too, got up, saluting the post office as if it housed some precious relic. Housed here means provide with shelter or accommodation. Relic means an object surviving from an earlier time, especially one of historical interest. He walked away slowly, a pitiable figure, a century behind his time. That fellow, asked the postmaster. Is he mad? Oh, yes, answered the clerk. He has been coming here every day for the last 5 years, but he doesn't get any letters. Who does he think will have the time to write a letter every day? He is a bit mad, sir. In the old days, he committed many sins and is paying for it now, a postmaster added. A postman added. Madmen are strange people, the postmaster remarked. Yes, I saw a madman once who did nothing but make little heaps of dust. Another one went every day to the riverbed in order to pour water on a certain stone. Oh, that's nothing, chimed in another. Chime, to strike as to produce musical sound. I knew a madman who recited poetry all day. Everyone in the post office began to talk of lunacy. Lunacy, extreme foolishness. After a while, the postmaster said in a quiet voice, to them perhaps we appear mad. For several days after that, Ali did not come to the post office. Everyone wondered why, but no one cared enough to find out the reason. Then one morning he was there as usual. His face looked tired. It was a struggle for him to breathe. That day he could not control himself. Master Sahib, he begged the postmaster, do you have a letter from my Mariam? What a nuisance you are, bhai. Nuisance, a person or thing causing inconvenience or annoyance. The postmaster exclaimed impatiently. My name is Ali. Ali responded absent-mindedly. I know. Do you think we have got your Mariam's name registered? Then please note it down, Sahib. It will be useful if a letter comes when I am not here. How would poor Ali, who had spent 3 quarters of his life hunting, know that Mariam's name was not worth anything to anyone but her father? The postmaster lost his temper. Have you no sense? He cried. Go away! Do you think we are going to eat your letter when it comes? Ali walked out very slowly, turning after every few steps to gaze at the post office. His eyes filled with tears of helplessness. Suddenly, Ali heard someone coming up behind him. He turned around. It was one of the clerks. Bhai, said Ali. What? The clerk asked, surprised. Here, look at this. Ali produced an old tin box and emptied 5 gold coins into the surprised clerk's hands. Do not look so startled, he continued. Take them. They will be more useful to you. But will you do one thing for me? What? Asked the clerk. What do you see up there? Asked Ali, pointing to the sky. Heaven, replied the clerk. Allah is there, and in His presence I am giving you this money. When my Mariam's letter comes, you must forward it to me. But where? Where should I send it? Asked the utterly bewildered clerk. To my grave. What? Yes. There were tears in Ali's eyes. The clerk slowly walked away, the 5 gold coins in his pocket. Ali was never seen again. No one cared to inquire after him. One day, the postmaster was sitting in the post office, waiting anxiously for news of his daughter. She was very ill in another town, and the postmaster was worried. The letters were brought in and piled on the table. Seeing an envelope of the color and shape that he was expecting, the postmaster snatched it. It was addressed to Shikari Ali. The postmaster stared at it for a moment. This was the letter the old man had been waiting for, the letter from his daughter Mariam. Khadim, he called the clerk to whom Ali had given his money. Yes, sir. This is for old Ali. Where is he now? I will found I will find out, sir. The postmaster did not receive a letter that day. All night he worried. He could not sleep, so he got up at 3 in the morning and went to wait in the post office. When Ali comes at 4 o'clock, I will give him the letter myself, he mused. After spending one night anxiously waiting for news of his daughter, the postmaster understood Ali's pain and felt great sympathy for the old man. At the stroke of 4, the postmaster heard a soft knock. That must be Ali, he thought. He rose quickly from his chair and flung open the door. Come in, Ali Bhai, he cried and held out the letter to the old man standing outside, leaning on a stick. The old man lifted his eyes, and in them was a light so unearthly that the postmaster shrank back. Hearing the postmaster's word, Khadim came out. Who was that, sir? He asked. The postmaster did not answer. He just stood there, staring at the door from which Ali had disappeared. At last he turned to Khadim. I was speaking to Ali, he said. But Shikari Ali is dead, sir. What? When? Are you sure? Yes, sir, I'm sure, said a postman who has just arrived. Ali died 3 months ago. Mariam's letter was still lying near the door. The daily routine began. The clerk read out the addressees: police commissioner, superintendent, librarian, and deftly threw the letters to the waiting peons. Now come to the exercises. A questions. Question number 1 is, why did someone call out the name Shikari Ali? Answer is, The voice called out Shikari Ali to tease him and to make him believe that there was a letter for him. Question number 2 is, what was Ali's obsession? Answer is, Ali's obsession was to walk to the post office every day and wait for his daughter's letter to arrive. Question number 3 is, what kind of man was the postmaster? Refer to how he is described and what he says before answering. Answer is, the postmaster was a serious man who did not care much about Ali. He thought that Ali was mad. Question number 4 is, what theories did the postman have about Ali? Answer is, the postman believed that Ali had become mad as punishment for hunting in his youth. Question number 5 is, what strange request did Ali make to Khadim? Answer is, Ali asked Khadim to deliver any letter from his daughter to his grave. Question number 6 is, in what way was the postmaster able to feel Ali's pain? Answer is, the postmaster could feel Ali's pain because he too was waiting for a letter from his daughter. Question number 7. How did the postman treat Ali? Do you think they were right to treat him that way? Answer is, the postmen were rude towards Ali and did not feel his pain. They were wrong to treat him that way because he was old and was very anxious about his daughter. B. Words and meaning. 1. Explain in your own words. A. People said that when Ali sighted the earth-brown partridge, which was almost invisible to other eyes, the poor bird was as good as in his bag. Meaning of this sentence is, people said that even when others could not spot the earth-brown partridge, Ali could hunt it easily. B. With a serenity born of hope and faith, he waited. Meaning of this sentence is, he waited calmly because he had hope that the letter would arrive. C. Ali and he, like a parrot, repeated the customary 1,000 names. So the uh, meaning of this sentence is, he repeated from memory the names for whom the letters usually came. D. He walked away slowly, a pitiable figure, a century behind his time. So the meaning of this sentence is, he walked away slowly, unaware of how the world had changed. C. Language. 1. Find at least 3 compound nouns in the story. For example, postmaster, post office, riverbed. 2. Join the words in A and B to make compound nouns. The answer is airport, baseball, cardboard, chairman, earring, grandfather, hairbrush, headache, nightfall, playmate. There is one extra word in B. What is it? Can you think of a suitable word to go with it to make a compound noun? Students, the extra word is box. It can be combined with tool to form toolbox. Thanks for listening. For new videos, don't forget to subscribe my channel. And if you like my videos, please share and like.